When the pageant is through and the lights are turned down, you'll know you're a winner and you will have your crown. Good morning to you and to you beautiful people, and you are the children of the Most High God. My name is Dr. Tina Brandon-Abbatangelo, and I'm first going to tell you that I have to read off of this because if I don't, I will talk about everything else. So this is going to keep me focused. So I can say, look, baby wolf over there, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about something else. So this is going to keep me focused. I am the reigning Miss Nevada America, and I will be competing this next weekend at the Miss America pageant. I'm thrilled to be representing the state of Nevada, but also to be representing strong professional women. I'm a dentist, and I work at the School of Dental Medicine at UNLV. And I'm blessed here today to talk to you about my faith and how it has impacted my professional journey, and how it has brought me here today to talk to you. First thing I will say is that God has been with me every step of the way. When I was growing up, my mother always had a candle lit, the Virgin de Guadalupe. We were always doing the sign of the cross before we got in the car. She would always say if there was ever a problem, Mija, just give it to God. He will show you the way. So I've always had that, and that is such a blessing to have when you grow up with faith. So now as an adult, as a wife to my wonderful husband Tony, and a friend to my friend Jerry, who's here, and to a stepmother of 4 children, 19, 16, 14, and 12, I have so much more faith. So many people ask me, why am I doing this pageant? And I could say, why not? But my real answer is because I believe that we need to get out of our comfort zone, and we need to challenge ourselves. One of my yoga instructors always says to find the comfort in the discomfort. And I want to be the best that I can be. And I want to show God's glory through my actions of faith. Because God created us in His image, and He gave us purpose to help others. So on this journey, as Miss Nevada, I've been able to do just that. I've been a voice for many causes. I've been helping the Salvation Army collect water bottles for the homeless. I've been collecting diapers with babies' bounce. I've been also supporting the Candlelighters of Las Vegas with children with cancer in Nevada, as well as AFAN, which is a group that helps people in Nevada with AIDS. I've also been a voice for animal rescues and helping dogs, especially greyhounds, get loving homes. And also to get the word out about human trafficking. I had no idea it was such a huge problem in Nevada and in our city. Also, too, I think one of the most heartfelt event that I went to was I went to a graduation for Hope for Prisoners. And listening to their testimonies and listening to their struggle, just about how they want a life of purpose and to be able to stay above the law. And I was so moved by their strength. I was so moved that they just wanted to live. They wanted to just love their family, be with, wake up every morning. One guy said he just wanted to go into his kid's room and to give them a kiss and to sit down at a table and have a cup of coffee. I mean, there's such freedom in that. And it was so nice to be there, to listen to them, and just, God was there. I mean, I felt Him so strongly at that event. So it's appearances like that have made me really get to the heart of Las Vegas and the city, and just to see people and their causes and how much love is out there. Because you get on the news, you read the news, you watch the news, and you see there's so much negativity. But I chose not to take that route. I have surrounded myself around positive people with positive causes. There's just so much love, so I'm so thankful. So today I want to share with you my journey and how God has been with me. I'm going to take a few significant events in my life on my professional journey and just show you how God has been with me. The first event is when I was first applying to dental school. The first year, you don't know what you want to do. And by the second year, I decided that I wanted to be a health professional. So I decided that dentistry was the route I wanted to take. So at UNLV, you can either go in front of a professional panel, which is made up of doctors, in our community, as well as PhDs from physics and biology and chemistry, and you can have them interview you, and you can get 1 letter of recommendation. The other option is that you can get 3 letters from your professors. So I chose the route of the panel, and it was an arduous interview. They were asking me pretty tough questions, but I was pretty confident in my answers. So a week later, I found out that I was not going to be recommended. They said that I was an A and B student, yet there were people out there, students that had better grades than me. And he said to me, I will never forget this, but he said to me, he goes, "Don't you see the writing on the wall?" And I looked at the wall and I thought, what is this man talking about? I don't see anything written there. He said, "Why don't you just become a dental hygienist or a dental assistant?" And not that there's anything wrong with those professions, but I wanted to be a dentist. And I was shocked. And so, just like my mother said, she said, "Give it to God." So I got 3 letters of recommendation, and a few months later I was accepted to the number 3rd dental school in the nation. And I'm sorry I get choked up because but not only did I get accepted, but I got a full tuition scholarship for 4 years. So after graduation, I came home, and in Nevada, we have a very, very tough dental board. They pass about 22 to 25% of their general dentists. For example, if they need more oral surgeons, they'll pass more oral surgeons. But as a general dentist, 22 to 25% is what they passed. So I knew that I needed to be prepared. So every day that I came home, I was at the dental lab, I was setting teeth, I was cutting preps on extracted teeth. I was in there, I was working it, because I knew how hard this was going to be. So also too, in the state of Nevada at the time, they didn't have a dental school. So you either had to take the test at Loma Linda, or you had to take it up in San Francisco at UOP. So I told my patient to meet me at the hotel lobby when we got there. Not only is it a financial burden, but you also have to pay for the expenses of your patient. So as I'm approaching the hotel desk, I see my patient approaching me. And my heart fell to the floor when I saw this huge blister on his lip. And I thought, God, if I would have known that, I would have struggled harder, I would have found another patient. But anyway, I knew that I was going to pass on that part, those 3 parts to that test. So I was right, I didn't pass. But I took it again, and I passed. So one thing I did learn from that lesson is that you need to learn to relax. And you can't always control everything. We try so hard to, we organize everything, we get everything going, and sometimes you just have to leave it to God. So I learned I have to laugh a little bit more. So I've been practicing in Vegas now for about 17 years. And it ranged from group practices to having my own dental practice called Brandon-Abbatangelo. And then I went into corporate dentistry, and now I'm in academics. Even taking that road into academics was a challenge. And that takes me to my 3rd event. I was working at an office, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Great money. I was seeing patients left and right. We had the Medicaid account, so I was constantly busy. But it got so monotonous. I felt like I wasn't learning anything. I felt like I was just doing the same things that I learned in the 2nd year of dental school. I was taking all these continuing education courses on how to do full mouth reconstruction, a lot of cosmetic cases, but I couldn't use anything. So I told my office manager that I needed to take a few mornings off so I can go to the school and work. Well, they denied my request, and they said that they needed me full time. So I prayed about it. Once again, I gave it to God. And I gave my notice without even having a job secured. But I knew I would be okay. Within a couple of weeks, I had a great office to work at. And they gave me all the time I needed in order to go over to the dental school to work. So then I was there part-time, and then I realized the love I love the energy there at the dental school. So then a full-time job opened up, and I jumped on it. And it was a pretty rigorous application process. Not only did I felt like I was interviewed by every person in the dental school, but I also had to do an hour presentation on a certain type of restoration. Well, I made it to the top 4, and once again, I gave it to God. But then I found out that I did not get accepted to that position. But they had something even better for me. They gave me the job of the clinical director of the UNLV's, we have a dental clinic on the main campus of UNLV. And I was thrilled with that opportunity. So that's where I'm at today. So every day I go to work and I try to give my patients the best experience that they can have. I try to emulate private practice to them so that they are prepared for the real world. I give them freedom to use critical thinking, and so they can make sound dental decisions for their patients. And I do this by empowering them in a positive environment so that they can love dentistry like I do. And I absolutely love my job. And every morning I wake up, I cannot wait to go to work because I am around such thriving students that just want to do good. They're health professionals and they are so committed to dentistry, which is the environment that I love because I love dentistry just as much. So the last situation I will touch base on is when I was elected to office to the Dental Society. Now this again was not an easy road. We have a tripartite system, meaning we have the American Dental Association, the Nevada Dental Association, and then we have the Southern Nevada Dental Association. So I was elected as their secretary-treasurer. And in our society, we work our way up the ranks. You become the secretary-treasurer, then you go on to vice president, and then you go on to president. Well, I was secretary-treasurer, and then a woman in the Dental Society decided that she didn't want me to be president. So, and never in our history did everyone want to run for that position. Because once you're at secretary-treasurer, you just make your way up the ranks. So I gave it to God, and I said, okay, if you want me to do this, then give me the power to do it. So I did. And then I lost by 1 vote. But something wasn't right about this whole situation. It didn't feel right. So we contested it. The president and I contested the election. And we actually found out, and not to get too dramatic here, there was some election fraud going on. Not only did the executive director get fired, but we actually had to form an ethics committee. And I actually won by a landslide. So now I am the president of the Dental Society. And I revamped it to a completely fresh environment. For example, we're having Oscar night with Oscar Goodman. He's going to come and speak to our Dental Society. I also have forensic dentistry night that's going to come, and we're going to have a forensic odontologist who they do crime scenes. And we're going to have a friend of mine from CSI. He's going to come and talk to them, to our society, about how they've incorporated that into their script at CSI. And also to Elvis Presley night. I'm trying to make it fun. I'm trying to make it fun where people can go and not only learn, but also to be in a fun environment. And I tell you these stories because the enemy always tries to pull you down when you're really close. And when God has big plans for you. But with your faith, God will pull you up when the enemy is trying to push you down. And so in Isaiah 61:3, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that might be glorified. And so you see, God will give you beauty for your ashes. Just last week, so I'm going to bring this all around. Just last week, I was asked to be on that same professional panel that denied me. Wow. And I plan to do it. And I'm always going to remember that little scared girl who had enough guts to face that panel. And I also work with the dental boards, the boards that failed me. I'm a disciplinary screening officer for the boards, and I help solve cases against dentists. And it's my job to protect the community. And I take this job very seriously. and I don't make a lot of friends doing this job. And recently, I have been chosen to the American Dental Association Institute in Diversity and Leadership. And with this opportunity, I want to be a stronger leader. They choose about 12 people nationwide to go and represent. And so with that, I plan on coming back and representing all the dentists in the state of Nevada. So dentistry to me has been a base for all of my dreams. One of my biggest hobbies and one of the best things that everybody knows me as is I love animal dentistry. I volunteer my time with the Peter Emily Foundation, and he was a general dentist that taught veterinarians how to do and recognize dental problems in animals. So I work on chimpanzees, tigers, lions, a 450-pound bear named Miss Montana, and her sister is Miss America. And also to domestic dogs and cats, DEA dogs that need to have their noses in order to sniff out drugs. So I've been able to use dentistry in so many different ways. In a few weeks I'll be going to Minneapolis to speak and to help veterinarians work on chimpanzees and how to not only diagnose but to treat them properly. We all know that chimpanzees can be quite an aggressive animal, but I'm just going to teach them how to be safe and how to get in and get out. So, and also in October I'll be traveling to Indiana to a large cat sanctuary to work on some large cats. We've got on our patient list, we've got some lions and some tigers and some panthers and some leopards as well. So I'm excited to be doing that and also to be using the gift that God gave me, but not only in humans, but also in animals. So I've been able to be a voice for them. And so every day I pinch myself because I can't believe the life that I've been given. But I couldn't have done this without God. And just laying it down and giving it to Him. And when there is struggle, there is triumph as well. And so as Joel Osteen says, I am a victor and not a victim. I am a lender and not a borrower. And I am being layered for this greatness. And so I'm grateful, so grateful for that professor with the writing on the wall who told me. Because it was a blessing in disguise. Because it was a way of God telling me that there won't always be people on your side. And people will try to push you down. But He will lift you up. And like I said before, the dream wasn't put in them. It was put in me. And I want to end this talk with a beautiful pageant poem. It was written by a pageant queen. But this is so true on so many levels, and it's not just about pageants. It's about life. So it's not the title nor the crown that counts. It's not the weight that's lost, or that really amounts. It's not the makeup design, or the gown that you wear, or the shape of your build, or the length of your hair. You see, the growth of a queen is all done inside. It's nothing support hose and makeup can hide. The real preparation is done in the mind. It's leaving your fears and your faults all behind. It's lifting your soul to a place that's far seen. It's molding a woman to the height of a queen. It's hard and it's work and it's not easily done. But when it's over, you'll know who has won. When the pageant is through and the lights are turned down, you'll know you're a winner and you will have your crown. You see, all crowns are made differently. It's really an art. Yours can be made of rhinestones or the growth of your heart. Thank you so much for having me.